Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we've got a weird one. And this is very Uranus, Ingress, Gemini coded, but we are looking into who's been trying to contact you from the fifth dimension. So what 5D beings have been trying to intervene or get your attention, and what message have they been trying to deliver to you? And let me also say to you guys, thank you so very much for all of your heartwarming messages from the last video that I posted, or the last reading that I posted, where I just kind of told you guys that I needed to take a little time to myself. I needed to slow down. I needed to pause. I was just moving like a million miles an hour, and it completely threw me off kilter. So I needed a little bit of time, and I kind of told you guys about that in the last reading, and just received the most beautiful messages from you guys. And I just wanted to say thank you to each of you. It was so uplifting and heartwarming, and I just really, really appreciated that. This is why I say that, like, you guys are like my community, you're like my soul family, because it helps. You guys help all the time without even knowing it, and I just really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys get a little bit of that here from this channel from me. I do my best to try and, send that same loving, beautiful energy right back to you guys that you send to me. So again, thank you for that so much. I appreciate it. And hopefully I figure out some way that I can start introducing some different sort of videos where we just sit down. Like, I realized too, with all those messages that I got from you guys, that it's like, we need a place where we can just sit down and have a key, take a moment, and just talk about life and spirituality and everything. So I'm trying to figure out some ways to do that, introduce that, bring that to the channel. I know most of you guys are here for the readings, but I would like to start, incorporating some different types of videos where we can expand on the space in the community here and just kind of come together and talk from time to time, vent whatever it is that, we kind of need personally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever may be going on in our lives, or just, a place we can talk. So I'm still figuring that out. If you guys have any ideas, leave them down below. Also, you guys too, I've got a new working space kind of. Well, I'm changing up my working space a little bit. I think it's just this Uranus move into Gemini is like, I kind of just want to refresh everything, and get some new energy flow in my workspace. So I got a different desk top here. So I'm still working on the lighting. It may be really bright at times. I'm working on it. But yeah, so you guys may notice at different times throughout the video, it's really bright or it kind of dims a little bit. But anyways, let's get to the disclaimers and the meditation. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you're affixed to that reality, then you're not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day that you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your superpower, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to who has been trying to reach out to you from the fifth dimension and what message they have for you. So this is pile 1, light boy, pile 2, fifth dimensional access, pile 3, star royalty, and pile 4, portals. On pile 1, we have green opal. On pile 2 is some sort of quartz, I think. On pile 3 is also some sort of quartz. And on pile 4 is black kyanite. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with you guys as tarot cards. Then we'll be pulling some oracle messages to look into who has been trying to contact you from the 5D, the fifth dimension. What signs are they sending you? What is the message? So starting off with your tarot card in terms of who has been trying to contact you from the 5D, we have the Hermit. And their message to you, the Lovers. Okay, so for you, pile 1, this is definitely an Ascendant Master with the Hermit here, but they feel like an ancestor, and they're describing it to me as it's because they have walked the human incarnate path before very many times, though. This Ascendant Master has very many names, many stories, legends, myths, tales, books, schools of thought, or inspired by the many incarnations that this 5D being has had here on this earthly plane. And I'm going to be real with you guys. This is giving like Buddha, Jesus, Tahuti or Thoth, Obatala, like that's their energy. That's what they feel like to me. Somebody's just with a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. They literally operate on the frequency of wisdom, knowledge, gnosis, aka knowing, in other words. So using awareness to transcend the earthly plane and to free the light body from not just the physical experience, but to free the light body from the incarnate loop. And so this being has had entire religions dedicated to them or created from their teachings and philosophies, and they have been a human many, many times. This 5D being has mastered the light, you guys, which is why they keep coming back here, because this is not an easy journey to make. For the light body to descend through all the different veils or planes in order to come here into matter, in order to manifest into physical form, or to go from spirit to the corporal physical body, it requires a really difficult descent. And this journey is how we lose or forget most of our consciousness, our light consciousness. And this is why we come here not really remembering anything about a past life or what our soul might have been doing before, because if the soul cannot be created or destroyed, it's always existed. And if that's the case, then what was it doing before we woke up here on earth as a human? So this 5D being has made this journey so many times to the point that they were able to keep their light body intact during that descent into matter. And this is a really big deal because the light is a container of really important information, divine information that holds the knowledge of existence, what it is, how this universe came into form, who created it. You know, the Akashic records are held in this light form, as well as the awareness of source itself, or in other words, the all or God, whatever you want to call it. But to keep this light body full of information intact during that descent means that there has to be an extremely advanced being who gained this ability by making this journey over and over and over and over again. And they're showing me the veils that the soul kind of like passes through when it incarnates here as a human. And it's like this really like dense cloud or heavy fog. And every veil takes a little bit of that light away and kind of holds on to it until the soul leaves the earthly plane and then has to travel back upwards through those planes to, you know, where they take back the light that they left behind at each level. And so your 5D companion, pile one, they speak to you through these bouts of gnosis that hit you. Again, gnosis just means knowledge. So a lot of you are very powerful claircognizants where you are exposed to certain information, but like when you hear it, it's like you've heard it before, or it's kind of like, oh, I already knew that. It would be like someone learning calculus for the first time in this life, but they were like, wait, I've read this math book before. I've performed thousands of these calculations, and it unlocks the skill that they somehow already had or knew. And so it's like this being puts information, people, books, religion on your path, kind of like breadcrumbs left behind that act as these keys to unlock other parts of your light body. And so there's a reason why many of you resonate with several different spiritual practices or religions or traditions or belief systems. You guys have spent many lifetimes incarnating here as a human as well, studying and creating philosophies. And you guys have also spent time on the other side as a very active ancestor to the lineages that you were connected to as a human, which is why a lot of you in this lifetime, you were kind of like a guide or like a natural teacher. People are going to flock to you because you help them to remember. Okay, so your 5D companion, they speak to you through these like bouts, but in like very physical ways, I guess. So it's kind of like, you know, when you get goosebumps or electrical currents or deja vu, you may even get your palms may itch from time to time, just randomly. You'll notice or hear and sense this 5D presence the most when you're meditating or in a trance state. And you guys astral project probably a lot more than you realize. You just don't remember every time you do it with the Hermit card right here, because the Hermit, like, he literally leaves his old life behind. Like, he forgets it. And he's looking elsewhere. He's looking for something else. And so this tells me that a lot of you guys is like experiences, they can be so intense or so deep that when you kind of come out of that meditative trance or state, you guys may forget a lot of what you experienced, a lot of what you saw, but your light body holds on to it. And so there's something here again about electricity or maybe storms. Also Arcturian, I think they're called. I keep hearing or sensing Arcturian. So look into them, look them up. I don't know much about what are they called, like stars, star seeds and civilizations and stuff like that, but I do keep hearing Arcturian for you. electricity, storms, fire. But yeah, their message to you with the Lovers card right here is to get back to the silence, to make more time for it, make more time for meditating, for your studies, your spiritual practices as well, because it really feeds you on a different level. Like you guys, you don't light candles just to manifest like love or money or like clearer paths. You guys perform ceremony because it's like taking your spirit out to dinner and allowing it to just feast. You, pile one, actually get energy from your spiritual practices. You are restored, recharged, and renewed. If you've been struggling with fatigue, that like no matter how much you sleep, no matter how many naps you take, how many slow days you have, how many days you take off from work, or silence your phone or do a digital detox, that fatigue is still there. I'm telling you, it's because it's your spirit that is drained and it needs to be fed through ceremony or ritual or practice or more frequent meditation. Also, when you go into ceremony or meditate, these beings in the 5D, they send you a lot of information, light codes, whatever you want to call it. They also supply you with energy so you can return to do your work here on the earthly realm. So if you've been on and off with your practices or haven't done them in a while and have been feeling tired, that is one of the main reasons. You need spiritual restoration, pile one. You need to go somewhere where you won't be disturbed or contacted. You need actual one-on-one time with these 5D beings. They fill the room when you call on them as well. And one or a couple of them actually stay in your home too. I don't know if I was supposed to tell some of you that, but I see them kind of like moving around in your home. So they're always around. In other words, this isn't like, sometimes they're here, other times they're not. No, there's one specifically that is always around you, always has been, like an actual companion. I think that's why that word companion came through. Also, too, you guys have the Lovers right here. So yeah, like they're very around all the time. And as well as there's something about books. So I don't know if you guys are writing a book, wanting to write a book, they want to help you with that. Or if there's like a book you've been meaning to read or have wanted to read, definitely look into that. Maybe pick that up and start getting into it because you'll get some messages. Okay, because the Akashic records kind of came through for you, pile one. Let's see what message we get from this 5D companion of yours, what they want to help you with. We have scattered energy coming out and then be present. Scattered energy says you have too much on your plate and have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well-being and create a new plan. This is literally what we talked about with the message that they were sending you through the Lovers is you guys need more quiet time, more time to meditate because you guys are very tired. You're very fatigued. You need to get into ceremony and ritual. You need to get back to that. So you guys' energy isn't so scattered. So it's not so fractured. So it's not all over the place because a lot of you guys, you've been trying to manage a lot at once or maybe even multitask. And this is why your energy is scattered a bit. So this is something that they really want to help you guys to kind of like reel your energy back in so you don't feel so like displaced and like all over the place. And then we have be present. Exactly. This was their message to you that they want you guys to get back into ceremony and meditation. And this is one of the reasons why it says you are you are ungrounded, spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat to your mind. It's time to bring consciousness to it so you can resolve it and start living life more fully again. So again, they really want you guys to get present, to get back to your meditative practices so you can be more present and so you're not so scattered, because the more present you are, the more, together and whole you're going to feel, and your energy as well. Let's see what else they wanted to help you guys with or advise you on. Okay, we have here reassess and then pivot. Wow. Okay, reassess as you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. And you guys have the Hermit and the Lovers. Like I mentioned with the Hermit like literally leaves their life behind, their old life. They forget about it because they're looking for something else. So a lot of you may be going through a time period or a phase, a season of life right now where you're reassessing, you're taking stock, you're reviewing your life, and you're going, this makes me happy, that makes me feel that drains me, this is toxic in my life, this is where I'm feeling aligned, this is where I'm feeling confused, this is where I'm feeling scattered. So you guys are maybe needing to take, if you haven't been taking like a hermit moment to yourself, a time to pause and get silent and just review your life and just take a look at your life and what's going on, then this is definitely advice, guidance from this 5D companion of yours to stop and take a really good look at your life from this different point of view. Because sometimes, like, when we are just living life day to day, we're almost more reactive than proactive. And so this 5D companion, they want you to really get quiet so you can kind of like introspect, so you can reflect and figure out what needs to be in your life and what doesn't. Okay, because something is definitely scattering your energy and also draining you guys at the moment. And then underneath the deck here we have pivot. It says sometimes when things are not falling into place after trying and trying, it is time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way would be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? And the Hermit is a huge pivot. Again, he leaves his old life behind, right? So for you guys, this is where it's really important for you. If you notice that your life and your energy feels scattered, you feel like you can't concentrate, you keep forgetting things, there's a lot of brain fog, you're very exhausted all the time, you don't really feel like yourself, there's somewhere that you need to make a huge change, like a 180-degree change, just like pivot, just like the Hermit card right here, okay? And this is the time to do it. We just moved into, Uranus just moved into Gemini, and we'll be there for the next 7 to 8 years. So this is the time to make some really big life changes, to reassess your life, figure out what you want, and then to make those changes where it feels necessary. Okay, let's see what signs they send you. Okay, we have here peace, harmony. So they may send you like the peace sign, as well as feather. You guys may notice feathers on the ground when you're walking around, or imagery of feathers or the peace symbol. That's how they speak to you guys. Also, they're really wanting to bring more harmony into your life. They want you guys to focus on more harmony in your life with this peace card right here that is mentioning harmony. So for you guys, they really want you guys to focus on where can you make your life feel more balanced, more harmonious? Where can you make it make more sense? If things just feel misaligned right now, or just like it's not making sense, that is where you need to reassess, you need to reflect, and you need to maybe make a pivot or make some changes to bring more peace into your life, because that is what is also leading to a lot of you guys not feeling grounded as well. And then feather messages. So they're really trying to get these messages to you guys. They've been trying to speak to you guys a lot, maybe with feathers, birds, the clouds, wind, smoke, air, stuff like that. You guys may have a lot of air energy in your chart as well. But yeah. And we also have the Lovers that is ruled by Gemini and air sign. And then the Hermit is ruled by Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, which is kind of like an air planet, is associated with air. So yeah, with feather messages, they've been really trying to speak to you guys, but kind of like what we talked about earlier in your reading, where a lot of you guys, you get so deep into those trances or meditative states that a lot of you guys, you may forget what you dreamt about or what you saw, what you heard during those practices. So if that's the case, get like a notebook or something and start like writing down what you dreamt, what you saw, what you felt as soon as you wake up or as soon as you come out of your meditation, so you can kind of like sit with the message and reflect on it, even if it's just a feeling. Let's see what kind of energy they have. What god or goddess matches their energy the most? Okay, we have here Rhiannon, inner strength, And then we have Mary Magdalene's Sacred Marriage underneath the deck. So with Sacred Marriage, you guys, this is 1,000,000% your lover's card right here. And Rhiannon Inner Strength, this also has a lot to do with your Hermit card over here. But with Sacred Marriage, again, this like 5D being is like really close to you guys. Sacred Marriage, you can kind of interpret that the way that it makes sense for you, that it resonates for you. But Sacred Marriage, it definitely talks about almost like a twin flame soulmate sort of union. I mean, this is a really close, again, companion. That word kept coming through. I thought maybe it had to do with your lover's card over here, but there is something about a sacred union that you are almost involved in with this 5D being. And it's like I was saying, it's like they almost like live in you guys' home. And they don't leave, like they're always around. So with Sacred Marriage here, that makes a lot of sense. That this maybe this is someone that you had a past life with, that you shared a past life with, that you were maybe married to in a past life. This could be someone that you are maybe even connected to in this life and you haven't met them yet too, with Sacred Marriage over here. And this could be, this is going to get a little out there. Okay. So let's say you're already in a relationship, you're already married to someone or in a committed situation with someone. This could be their higher self in the 5D plane communicating with you. Like they're already in your life here in the 3D realm, but their higher self communicates to you from the 5D realm. That could also be going on, okay? With Sacred Marriage here. Again, take it as it resonates for you, but this is so in line with your lover's card right here. Also with Rhiannon Inner Strength. And totally look up Rhiannon and Mary Magdalene, see if they have some stories that kind of align with you or that you really resonate with. But with Rhiannon here, Inner Strength, what I'm actually getting or hearing with this card or this message right here is this 5D companion of yours rooting you on and trying to tell you that like you've got the strength, you've got the capability, you've got the capacity, you have all the potential in the world that you need to do what may feel like it's going to take a lot of strength to do what feels like it's going to take a lot of motivation. Like you have the inner strength to get wherever it is that you're trying to go, especially with the Hermit card. Again, he leaves his old life behind. And the Hermit card, he's similar to the Temperance card in a way, where he abstains from a lot of things. Like again, he leaves his old life behind. He leaves behind civilization. He leaves everything behind to kind of go on this like sabbatical a little bit, or like this pilgrimage to go and find the deeper meanings of life. And there's certain answers that he's looking for that he can't find in his old life. And it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to do a hermit journey, because it's a very isolated journey. And so for you guys, whatever it is that it may feel like it's too difficult to do, especially when it comes to pivot, reassess over here, scattered energy, there could even be some messages or some signs that you guys have not been ready to receive just yet, because it's going to, once you do receive them, it's like, I know I have to make some changes in my life with pivot and reassess over here, but I'm just not necessarily ready to make them. It's going to take a lot of preparation. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of energy, a lot of focus that you may feel like you don't have right now. This is your 5D companion rooting you guys on and telling you like, you can do this. I've got your back. You've got a lot of support on the spiritual side, and that you can get through anything, because also too, you're not alone with the Sacred Marriage card coming out right here. Okay, let's see if there's any additional details about this 5D companion of yours. Okay, we've got Quantum Heart and then Lightning Boy. Oh, lightning also came through. Lightning came through, you guys. I mentioned lightning earlier on in you guys' reading, that there's something to do with lightning. I don't know if you guys feel maybe like connected to storms, lightning. I think I even mentioned fire. But yeah, we've got lightning. So they may even speak to you through lightning. Or this is like a very electrical sort of energy, this 5D being. So they may even speak to you through like your technology, like your electronics. They may go in and out, lights may go in and out and get really wonky around you as well. But also too, lightning is a very masculine energy. So this could be a masculine energy as well that's around you, because lightning is something, it's also associated with the mind when we talk about lightning, whereas the heart, which is very interesting because you guys also have quantum heart that came through. The heart deals with magnetism and is very feminine, is very passive. So this is a very balanced being. They lead with the heart, and they also speak through the lightning as well, the lightning body, or the masculine element as well. So they may get very expressive with you with the lightning boy right here, and they are really trying to get your attention, especially with feather messages here. And then there's other times where they speak to you guys more so through your heart, your desires, what you're feeling called to do, what you're feeling intuitively led to do, what you're feeling pulled towards. So they also speak to you through your dreams and your desires as well with quantum heart right here. And also there may be something that you guys are wanting to pursue, and you may be holding it off. That could be also what this inner strength card was talking about in your hermit over here, is that there may be something that you guys feel called to do and you're holding it off. Like I think I mentioned there's something with a book as well for you guys. If you're feeling kind of like, I don't really want to pursue that just yet because it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy. Yeah, that is a calling that you guys need to answer pretty soon. This is again, this 5D companion is like, you can do it. I'm going to help you with this. It's going to almost be like a team effort with that. Okay. And then lightning boy, pay attention to storms. You guys may feel like storms really speaks to you, or they may make you guys feel relaxed. You may like storms, enjoy storms. Okay, and Quantum Heart says the Pleiadian family, as well as many other star allies from the Galactic Federation of Light, operate on a multidimensional wavelength in which time is easily moldable and interchangeable, referred to as time travel or timeline jumping on your plane. This access to the multidimensional field allows for one to transcend earthly limitations and further advance their self-mastery with ease and grace. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like what they were talking about earlier in you guys' reading, how they kind of like descend through the realms, or they've done this several times in order to pass down certain teaching. Oh yeah, Mary Magdalene was associated with Jesus. Like was she one of his disciples? I don't know if she was considered one of his disciples, but she definitely followed his teachings and spread his teachings. So yeah, okay. And it says, when this card is presented, it is your Pleiadian allies requesting for you to be open to your dimensional availability by tuning into the radiance of your quantum heart. It is here in your heart space where the star incarnate has access to the multidimensional universe or quantum highway. These quantum realms which your earth scientists are starting to discover grant one access to the space of miracles where one is able to rewire the past, rewrite karmic contracts, dismantle outdated soul agreements. This is that sacred marriage and lovers card right here as well. Reassess and pivot and connect to your future self. To further evolve your present life path. The possibilities are infinite when one accesses the quantum heart. And this card signifies that much choice is being presented to you at this moment. Now is a time where the universe is granting you an open lane highway and asking you where to navigate through your choice. Yes, we have a mission and focus, but there is also self-mastery and free will built into this equation. Right now is a time where the canvas is blank and the universe is giving you the pen to write the story to your life. Write the story to your life. And what do we talk about? There's a book for you guys. Some of you guys, you want to write a book, you're being called to write a book, write the book, okay? And it says, take advantage and know that all the choices that you make through your quantum heart will be your highest alignment. Begin this process by connecting to the frequency of love and thus attuning to the wisdom of your heart. Here in the sacred place of love, just like your lovers, you will enter a field that overcomes limitations and plugs you into the multiverse, a plethora of timelines and universes that your soul may choose to enter or exit at any time it chooses. Simply, just like we were talking about how the soul like descends through the realms in order to manifest here, and then it's going to ascend back up and to collect its light body or light information. And so it says, simply calibrate your frequency to the world that you wish to enter and observe how through your intention and vibration you shift your destination. Empower your multidimensional self to further experience the magic of existence. Freedom awaits. And the additional meanings here are freedom, options, infinite possibility, play, accelerated growth, new beginnings, love, romance, relationships, just like your Lover's card, and living in the heart. And so you guys, this is it. This is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting with you guys' tarot cards, and we'll be pulling some oracle messages to look into what 5D beings have been trying to contact you and what is their message to you. So first tarot card, we're going to be looking into their energy, and you guys have the High Sage, which is the High Priestess in this deck. And their message to you is Temperance. Okay, so first off, this 5D being of yours is telling me that it feels like a she, probably because the High Priestess I associated the High Priestess with feminine energy. But first off, she's telling me that there has been people that have told many of you in this pile that they saw someone or something standing next to you. I don't know why that's the first message that she wants to give to you, but she's definitely saying that she has appeared to someone else in your life before, and they've seen her with their own two eyes. Maybe when you walked into a room, or when they looked over at you and they just saw something around you. Also, you might have a really bright aura. Your High Priestess is not necessarily one entity. This is like actually coming through as like a group or a community of beings in the 5D that regularly contact you, and they change or cycle through kind of depending on the frequency that you are on or what you may be in need of. The High Priestess is saying that you guys have a very powerful imagination that to you guys, you may not realize it, but that's one of the main ways that this 5D like society stays in contact with you. You may definitely be like an artist. You may love to draw, write, paint, photography. You may love to create music too, but there's something really strong here about visuals. This High Priestess wants to say to you, Pile 2, that she is saying to remove your hand from in front of your pineal gland. Like she's saying that you cover up your third eye for some reason. So maybe you don't want to see too much, or maybe there's things that you're trying to avoid seeing, but she's saying to look at something, maybe to face it or deal with it, or to kind of activate, to step back into your spiritual gifts. And that could have been a metaphor too, saying that your pineal gland may be blocked, or I forget what it's called when you decalcify it. That's what it's called. You may need to, Pile 2. One of the most powerful ways to do that is with meditation, using visualization. You can even use yoga, where you can kind of focus on moving the blood towards that area during certain yoga poses. Also sound, certain binaural beats create specific vibrations to target that area, as well as to fasting. Fasting maybe from certain foods or things like alcohol could also help as well. If it's medically safe for you to do that, of course, I'm not a professional. Okay, let me just say that. But yeah, she definitely wants you guys to uncover your third eye. Now, this 5D being, they live in a place where like morals is everything to them. It is their lifeline. It's how they are able to maintain their status in that dimension. And this reminds me of like Ma'at or Lady Justice, kind of like this concept of morality and doing the right thing no matter what. But she's mentioning this because she's saying that that's the reason why so many of you in this pile feel like you can't get away with the stuff that other people can. You may feel like you have a very sensitive conscience, and like you just can't or just won't cross certain lines. Even if someone does you wrong first, or even if everyone else is crossing certain lines, it's like you guys are wired differently. And this is exactly why. This isn't just a 5D being that's in regular contact with you. A lot of you in this pile, your soul comes from this same sort of place. And so this is home. And that's why you've carried those same sort of principles here into this human journey. So a lot of stuff that goes on in this world, in this human experience, it probably blows you guys' minds. Like, people do that. People are willing to do that. This may feel like a very new experience for you. The message here being temperance. They're saying to honor yourself first, honor your temple first, which would be you, your body. No matter how elaborate your altar is at home or the sacred places that you go to honor the spirits or your faith, whatever it may be, they're saying, how can you show up for spirit and not yourself? They're saying that what you do for spirit, you also need to do for you. Temperance is the card of honesty because it's so balanced, sincere, and virtuous. It's a very aligned character that says, because I know what I'm made of, I can make anything. Because I know my creator, I can create anything. Because I know nature, I can work closely with it. Because I know better, I do better, right? That's the idea. So this is the card that says know thyself, because once you know what something is made of, you can change its entire composition, which is why temperance is able to bend the laws of physics and make water run horizontally, or they can even float above water. If you look at the RWS version of that card, is because temperance has reached a supernatural status because of that deep understanding and knowing, and the way that it honors those laws and the way that it honors nature. So the message here is to match spirit. You truly honor the God of your life or the universe by also honoring yourself. And two, for those of you pile two, if you've been trying to manifest, but it seems like a little bit of a struggle for you, are you matching the thing that you're trying to manifest? I know that it's repeated a lot in the spiritual world, but that is really like one of the first steps in manifestation is what we're trying to call in. It's best to do that while matching it, while already feeling like we have become it. That is how you access your inner magician. So the magician has to understand and know that they are powerful in order to perform powerful magic. And that's the same thing for you guys. It's like if you're trying to bring love into your life, you need to practice loving yourself, first and foremost, loving the people in your life, loving nature, loving the universe, loving spirit, loving your body. If you're trying to bring more money into your life, then this is about feeling worthy, feeling valuable, no matter what, your bank account says. This is about, do you feel worthy as a person? Do you feel like you deserve the best because you just know it's in your birthright, no matter what it is that you have done or sacrificed in order to get there? Just your core is like, I deserve this money in my life because it's going to enrich my life. It's going to help me to live a more peaceful life. And because it's my birthright, I shouldn't struggle. Nobody should struggle. So, again, temperance is kind of, and the high priestess together, these cards are kind of asking, are you matching what you're doing? Because if not, it can create a bit of misalignment, and misalignment is exactly where resistance is produced. And this is what leads to blockages in a sense and makes it more difficult for us to manifest because we're misaligned. It's like if I'm trying to draw in love, but I don't love myself, that is misalignment. That's going to create resistance and make it more difficult for me to connect with people that I truly love and that truly enrich my life, right? So that's kind of the idea here, is just an example, but that's kind of the idea that they really want to touch on with you with your temperance message right here. So the message here is to match spirit. You truly honor the God of your life or the universe by also honoring yourself. And the saying that like, until you love you, you can't fully love someone else. That's their message to you, is the way that you take care of everything and everyone else in your life is the same way that they want you to show up for you. Also, make rest, balance, and healthy living your main priority. You need to fuel from the inside out. Don't rely on anything external to recharge you in any way. This is the basics: good food, water, and rest. Also, pile two, for those of you that know that you have an unhealthy habit, maybe it's too many sweets, too much alcohol, too much smoking, something like that. That's something that they also want you guys to gradually find a way to cut out of your life with temperance right here. Okay, so let's start grabbing oracle cards. Let's see what your 5D friend wants you to know or wants to help you with. Okay, so we have Soul's Whisper and Healing. Yeah, Temperance is the card of healing. Soul's Whisper says your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you. In the quiet moments, listen closely. It is guiding you towards your authentic path. This is so the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very quiet presence. The High Priestess is ruled by the moon, and she is going to rule things like our emotional body, our subconscious, and our intuition, all the sides of us that are very quiet. It's the sides of us that when we need guidance and restoration, we need to tap into that part of us. But it's easy for us to ignore it, right? It's easy for us to ignore our intuition and our subconscious. Even if, our gut is telling us one thing, we can do the exact opposite if we want to, because your actions don't have to match your gut instincts or what you're feeling or what you're intuiting. So when it comes to the Soul's Whisper, this is definitely connected to you guys as High Priestess right here, and is basically this 5D kind of being saying to you that they speak to you in really subtle ways, in a way that may seem really quiet, but they're very gentle with you as well. Also, too, Soul's Whisper is kind of confirming the fact that what came through earlier with you guys is like, you may feel like other people get away with horrible things. And like the moment that you even think about doing things in an unethical way or around the way, you may notice that you are stopped in your tracks or things fall through. It's like you're not even allowed to go against your own conscience. And this is that Soul's Whisper right here. Okay, so like it says, your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you because it's guiding you towards your authentic path. And that's exactly what the High Priestess is. Again, she represents our morals and our principles. And it's our morals that guide us to our most authentic path and our authentic truth, So it's kind of like this is your character. This is your integrity when we're dealing with our morals. And so this is that Soul's Whisper right here for you guys. And then we also have here healing underneath the deck that says your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing that you need with open arms and an open heart. So where do you guys need healing, you guys? Temperance right here, like what we were talking about. For some of you, you're being asked to kind of cut off something that you may do in excess or that you may do too much of, like if it's too many sweets, for instance, too much alcohol, too much smoking. That is something that you guys need to bring back to moderation or moderate usage so you can kind of heal, so you can kind of give your body some time to heal, so you can give your emotional body some time to heal. Like, for example, if you are involved in a connection or a relationship that's toxic, you may need a little bit of time away from that so your emotional body can heal, so your spiritual body can restore and repair. And also, too, now that I'm thinking about it with the Soul's Whisper, that is one of the first messages that came through, is that somebody in your life, they may have seen or felt something beside you when they looked at you. And so again, it's kind of like there's just this quiet presence that's always sort of around you guys that other people may be able to even pick up. And again, healing. They really want you to focus on healing right now. Okay. Healing is also going to help you guys to get into alignment. All right, let's see what else they want to help you with or guide you. How else they want to guide you. Okay, we have here miracles and then fresh start. Okay, fresh start says you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you have been given. This is that healing and temperance right here. There is a fresh start for you guys. It's coming into your life, about to come into your life if it has not already. And this fresh start is going to feel healing for you. It's going to feel aligned. It's going to feel like it makes sense. It's going to feel a lot more easy than where you guys have been. And we also have here miracles underneath the deck that says you're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. Also, this sort of reminds me of the message that we got for you with your Temperance card right here, is to match the energy that you're trying to bring in. If you're trying to draw miracles into your life, realize first that you are a miracle as well. Okay. So, miracles are about to come into your life. For miracles and fresh start to come out, this isn't necessarily something that this 5D being is trying to guide you to. They actually just want to send you a message and let you know that there is a fresh start on the way that is going to come into your life in a miraculous way. It's going to feel like a miracle. It's going to feel like a big turn in your life where you probably weren't expecting it for fresh start and miracles to come out, because miracles are pretty shocking. They're pretty surprising. And so this is that Temperance right here. Temperance performs miracles. They perform acts that, again, they bend the law of physics and nature. It just doesn't make sense. So whatever is about to happen in your life, especially when it comes to a fresh start, is going to be something where it's like, how did this happen? It's going to feel like magic happened in your life. It's going to feel like something came in and bent the laws of nature. It's not going to make sense how this fresh start has started for you. But expect that to come, okay? Especially if you guys have been praying for that, looking for that, you're about to get your life back in a sense. If you sort of feel like in some ways, like maybe you've lost a little bit of your light, a little bit of your joy, if you feel like you've lost time, you guys are about to get that back in some way with some sort of a fresh start here. Let's see what signs they communicate to you through. Okay, so we have Palm Destiny. They may communicate to you guys through palms, hands, palmistry. Maybe you guys got like a palm reading done. Maybe you guys are gifted with palmistry, I think it's called. We also have here stars, divine guidance. Okay, so they also guide you through the stars, or they speak to you through the stars. Some of you guys, you love astrology, or you find a lot of synchronicities in astrology. Maybe when you get chart readings done and you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what's going on in my life. Also, they're trying to say that this fresh start is actually in you guys's chart, your natal, your cosmic chart as well. If you were to pull up your chart or have an astrologer pull up your chart and look at the current transits, there's something going on that could actually tell you where you're about to experience this fresh start too. Okay. We did just have Uranus move into Gemini for the first time in like 70, 80 years, something insane. So it may have crossed into a brand new house for you. And if so, that may be where you guys can expect some sort of just fresh beginning or new beginning. And then we have here flamingo fun. They may speak to you through flamingos, through that sort of imagery. So look out for any flamingos. Just know too that there's a lot of fun coming if you see the imagery or symbolism of the flamingo. So this could be like anything having to do with a flamingo. Maybe you just hear somebody mention flamingos. Maybe you see the imagery of it, right? Maybe you see a color that makes you think of flamingos. Just know that this is confirmation of some sort of fun new start or new beginning coming into your life as well. And it's divine guidance. You guys are being divinely guided towards that place. So also watch out for the imagery of stars. And then palms, destiny, divine guide. It's your destiny to be divinely guided into this fresh, fun, beautiful, miraculous new start, you guys. Okay, so watch out for these signs here. You guys could even run into someone like a stranger or something that is like, oh my God, I love your hands or your palms, or you know, I'm a palm reader. Let me look at your palms. And that's going to be a massive sign if that ends up happening to you. Let's see what energy or what spirit they most closely match. Their energy most closely matches. Okay. We got a lot of cards that came out. We have here, look again. Persephone, new beginnings. New beginning coming. Imhotep, visionary. Athena, wise decision. You guys may have a decision to make coming up, but just know. And then Sedna, there's always enough. Temperance right here, you guys. Yeah, so just know whatever you guys have been envisioning, maybe trying to manifest. We did talk about manifesting. If manifesting has seemed a little bit difficult for you lately, the reason why is that you guys need to get aligned somewhere. Okay. But just know that that is a quick and easy, you can do it like that. Like you can turn that around like that very quickly. You can just, if there is, like the Sedna card right here says, there's always enough. Whatever it is that you're asking for, looking for, if you feel like there's resistance in manifesting it, just keep repeating that to yourself, that there is always enough. Okay, there's always enough. That statement right there is very powerful and is a really good way of melting any resistance around us, because a lot of the times that resistance is created by some sort of scarcity programming, or it's just feeling, again, like we're not worthy of it in some way. And worthiness has a connection to feeling like we're asking for too much. So again, focus on the idea and the statement and the belief that there is always enough. There is more than enough for you to ask for and manifest the things in your life that you were trying to bring in. Okay. Visionary here. Also, you guys, envision, set intentions, get clear on what you want, what you're looking for, what you're asking for. New beginnings, it's coming. And you guys have a wise decision as well that you will be making. So if there's some sort of a decision that you guys have to make, or you feel like you're kind of at a crossroads, just know that these 5D beings are going to help you guys make the right decision. They're going to give you the wisdom and the divine guidance, like we have divine guidance right here, to lead you to the right decision, to lead you to this new beginning and this fresh start over here. Because your aura came through, you might have a bright aura. Let's just see what colors you might get. We have here yellow. Yeah, you guys might have a very bright aura. I'm just going to see what comes out. I'm not going to really interpret these. I'm just trying to see if there's a specific color that comes out. We have lime that flipped over. Look, we have alliance. See, I told you guys, it's like some sort of like these 5D beings are like a society or something. And it almost looks like there's different beings standing in this card, but it says alliance. Okay. Absolutely love this oracle deck. This is a new oracle deck and I'm in love with it. Anyways, we also have here create coming out for you. We have envy, and then we have fuchsia. Okay, so if these colors resonate with you, just take that in. And then underneath the deck here, we have turquoise for you. And just a final message here from you guys, this 5D family. Set your vibration. Fifth dimensional access. Oh, wow. They said that you guys have fifth dimensional access. They're saying that you guys have direct access to them. Set your vibration and you're going to have direct access to them. Set your vibration. It's confirmation of what we were talking about with your temperance card, the message that came through with your temperance card, that in order to draw in what you're trying to draw in, you need to match that thing. So set your vibration. It's literally all you got. Like you guys can literally change your vibration like that. Like it's very easy for you guys to do that because you're already operating on a fifth dimensional sort of wave. Set your vibration says thoughts are powerful, visualizations are powerful, but what is most effective is the frequency that you hold within your own vibration. Again, this is confirmation of that temperance message that came through for you. It says your inner vibration plugs you into the coordinates of where your soul and physical body seeks to travel and pulls them forward into physical existence. This is verbatim what we talked about with your temperance. It says whether you use amongst others daily affirmations or visualizations, which work, if these are not in alignment with your inner vibration, they are like playing a guitar without the strings and expecting sound. We, the Pleiadian guides, want you to start shifting your vibration to the frequency that you desire. This is literally verbatim what we said. Like it's right here. They want you to start shifting your vibration to the frequency that you desire. Here in this state of vibration, does one gain the ability to guide the starship of their life to the location, timeline, and life of their choosing. This is that new beginning and fresh start that came out twice. We also have destiny and divine guidance and miracles right here too, you guys. And then it says our Pleiadian starships operate in a similar this makes me think of that movie Begonia. Anyways, it says our Pleiadian starships operate in a similar context as they are conscious in operation functionality. Connected to our higher selves, our ships absorb our frequency and take us to the destinations which we input through our vibratory match. Each planet and universe we know of has a distinguished sound current that, though through our existence we can calibrate towards and thus magnetize our ship towards. Note that vibration is not simply your mental thought field, but a collective mind, body, and spiritual experience of embracing one's entire field and physical body as one. Begin opening to your vibratory field by plugging in the frequency of what you wish to embody. If, for example, you want happiness, rather than stating the affirmation, I am happy, which has its effectiveness, go deeper and feel into this state so the vibratory fields can mirror back your reality. The universe will always abide by this law as it begins to prepare you as a starseed for multidimensional travel, timeline jumping, and all the magic that is available in your quantum universe. This is your miracle right here. Know that you are the commander of your ship, Temperance, and the universe wants you to dive forth into the frequency of your soul. It is time to believe and feel. Additional meanings are believe, manifest, time of magic, blessings, gifts, travel, stepping into the light, and confidence. Okay, and so pile 2, this is it. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you guys come back to visit sometime soon. Please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. All right, bye guys. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting with you guys as tarot cards. Then we'll be pulling some oracle messages to look into who's been trying to contact you from the 5D and what is their message. So starting off with who's been trying to contact you from the 5D, we have the Hermit coming out again. Their message to you is the Two of Swords. Wow. I like that Two of Swords. There's like this page here with writing on it. And then a spotlight on the Two Swords. I like this one. Pile 3, this 5D being comes to you in your dreams all the time. You're almost never alone in your dream state. You may have been drawn to pile 1 as well because they also had the Hermit card come out in the exact same position. And if you were drawn to pile 1, just know that there is a strong connection between both of these beings trying to contact you from the 5D. They're likely related in some way, like not like related in a human way, but they're spiritually related. So they may be from the same realm. They may be related in terms of a spiritual mission or divine gifts, or share a similar frequency, or even contact you through similar means and methods. Or if they were both human at some point, they could definitely be from the same time and place. Now, this 5D being, they send you or speak to you through the earth. They're very communicative through the physical realm. So they send animals towards you. You may feel connected to nature, trees, oceans. You may even notice signs that nature sends you and be able to interpret them pretty easily. Or at the very least, you just know that they were trying to tell me something just then when I felt that breeze or I heard that bird chirp. And so also too, you guys may be very gifted with working with nature, working with herbs, oils, plants, teas. You guys may be herbalists. You may be shamans or have shamans in your family as well. I'm also feeling a pull on my third eye chakra. And so these spirits, for sure, if you guys were drawn to pile 1, they may be related in terms of gift and the mediums that they use to speak to you. So you guys may see things a lot of the time through your third eye, and especially during meditation. They also just said that they specialize in past life connection or past life regression, helping to pull information from different incarnations into the same timeline. So it's easier to access or extract the knowledge from those experiences. Also too, there's something about the, what is that called? The base of the skull at the back of the neck, the back of the head. I don't know what, but they're pulling my attention towards there. And also they just showed me, I don't know how to describe it. I guess this is like 2 ancestral lineages, like kind of like colliding together. For those of you then with children, But this message is even stronger for those of you who have children, but you split with their parent, so you're no longer with their parent. This 5D being is wanting to talk to you about your child. Okay, you could still be with the other parent of your kids, but especially if you're not, they want to talk to you about your child. They're saying even though you may no longer be with their parent, that they brought you two together specifically so this child could come earthside, because they have a unique set of gifts. And there's also something significant about their birthday, your kid's birthday, or one of your kids' birthday. They may have been born on or close to someone's birthday in your own family. They may share the exact same birthday or have similar cosmic placements to someone else in the family. Like they may have the same sun, moon, and rising, or they may mirror somebody in the family. So like, if you're, let's say that you were born and you're a Capricorn, then this child, they could be a Cancer, like the opposing sign. So they kind of like mirror you or mirror someone in the family in that way. They might have been named after someone in the family, same first and or middle name, or they strongly resemble someone, almost like identical twins to someone in the family. So if any of those details fit, they're saying it's because your child inherited a very similar energetic signature to this person. This child was specifically assigned to you though, because your gifts are going to help activate their gifts, and they needed your children or child. They needed a physical guide to help them navigate awakening these gifts here in the earthly plane. And this Hermit card showed up again. And so they're asking, because this being of the 5D, they also contact your child in their dream state. So you and your child, pile 3, you guys may have had the same dream or similar dreams, or see the same beings in your dreams, you'll notice. And so your child may have a stronger or more pronounced, they're saying, your child's gift may be more pronounced than even yours. Like it's more refined somehow. Like if you were tuning a piano, theirs would be a little more on key, I guess would be how you describe it. But you'll notice that you guys share very similar gifts. Also, they're saying for those of you listening to this pile and you've been getting a specific message for a friend of yours in your life, but you keep holding back, not wanting to tell them, they're saying to tell your friend the message that you've gotten for them. They have been trying to relay an important message to a friend in your life, but through you. They're like using your gifts to get to this friend of yours, because this friend isn't listening to their guides at all. They're completely ignoring it. And their guides actually went to your friend's guides, actually went to your guides or this 5D being, and has been using them as like a middleman to get a message to this friend of yours in your life. So if this applies to you, you'll know exactly who it is. So do not try to force this part of the message. If you're like, I do have a friend that's kind of hard-headed, but I don't think I've gotten a message, do not try to force it, okay? If a specific person popped up into your head and you know the exact message that you've been holding back on sharing with them, then that part of the message is for you, okay? You'll instantly know if it's meant for you. Now, the message to you from this 5D being, we have the Two of Swords here. So the Two of Swords in your reading has nothing to do with indecision, actually. But they're addressing it as a standstill in your life. I've never gotten that from the Two of Swords ever. But yeah, it's like there's someone else here that you guys may be battling with someone in your life. You've been trying to see eye to eye with this person, but it's been a fight getting on the same page. And because of that, there's been like a standstill. There's some stubbornness here on both sides. And this 5D being is saying, they're saying to kind of ease up on some of the stubbornness. Like, for example, if there's someone in your life and you're going back and forth with them and they're asking, let's say that this is like a custody battle, just an example, and the other parent is demanding, I don't know, they want every other birthday. You don't want to give that to them because you're upset about how frustrating this whole custody battle has been, or because they fought you when it came to, you wanting to pick the school that you wanted to enroll them in, right? And so it's like you're giving them pushback when it comes to them getting every other birthday. So this 5D being is saying, give them a little leeway, give them something, ease up somewhere, because you're going to notice that by you being just even a little more accommodating, they're going to give you what you want. Now, this might not be a custody battle. Again, it was just an example, but wherever this standstill situation is happening in your life, it's like two bulls like locking horns and no one's getting anywhere because no one's willing to give an inch. That was also just an analogy. I am a Taurus myself, so I don't know if you guys are a Taurus or one of the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo. I'm a Taurus Sun, Leo Moon, so I know stubborn, right? But not saying that you guys may be a fixed sign, but it's kind of like that's the idea here, is like two bulls locking horns. And this 5D being is saying, give up something that you can live without. This 5D being is saying you're not going to miss something that this other person or party is fighting for because they have more of a need for it than you. So like, for example, if two people were like divorcing, this is a really extreme example, but just go with it here. If two people were divorcing and one person owned like multiple homes and they didn't want to give up one of those homes because they were being difficult, that person that they're divorcing, they're fighting to have one of the homes because they need it. They don't have multiple homes under their belt, whereas this other person, they're not going to miss it by giving up one of them. They're just being stubborn because they're in the middle of this fight and they're frustrated. So give up something that you won't miss as a show of good faith, or like an olive branch, wherever this standstill is happening in your life, because what you'll notice is that the situation resolves quickly once you do that. Somewhere you guys have to make the first move, and it probably doesn't feel fair and is very annoying. But this 5D being is saying, in order to be done with this and to get past this Two of Swords situation, make the first move towards resolution by showing, I'm willing to budge a little, I'm willing to compromise, I'm willing to work with you. Okay, because you're going to notice that this situation starts moving a lot more faster. Okay, so let's start pulling some additional messages from this 5D being. We have pause that came out, abundance, difficult road. Okay, underneath the deck. Difficult road underneath the deck here says spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. This is totally talking about this Two of Swords situation. It's like something has come to a standstill. It's not just a difficult road, like we're not moving anymore. This is totally connected to your Two of Swords right here. And then pause also is connected to your Two of Swords. It says you're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Again, the Two of Swords is generally about indecision, but what's coming through for you is like there's some sort of a standstill that you guys are like battling with, and it's frustrating. And it says allow yourself to step back, look at all the possible outcomes, and make sure that you are heading in the right direction before moving forward. So where you guys need to, a difficult road or situation that you guys may be dealing with, that's where you need to kind of pause, and instead of just making like a quick decision, an impulsive decision, a reactive decision, or just making a decision out of emotion or off of emotion, that is where you guys need to pause and take a look at the entire situation, and like it says here, step back and look at all the possible outcomes to make sure you're heading in the right direction. And then we have over here abundance. It says you're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you are deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it is on its way. So somewhere you guys have abundance on the way as well. And once you guys get past this standstill here, something's going to open up a lot with abundance right here, you guys. Like something is going to get a lot easier, because abundance kind of talks about like excess, right? And so it's like we have a lot of something. That was kind of the example that I used too. Wherever you guys may be abundant, whatever this standstill situation is that you're dealing with, they may not have as much of something that you have in your life. And so if there's something that you guys can give away because you have an abundant amount of it, just give it away, because what it's going to do is it's going to quickly get rid of the standstill out of your life for sure. But just know that like once you guys give a little something away, this Two of Swords is going to melt out of your life. And what's going to open up is a lot of abundance. This difficult road, this difficult path is going to clear right up. And you guys won't feel like you're made to just sit there and pause and just deal with this frustrating situation. Let's see what other messages we get for you, pile 3, from this 5D being. They may even be saying with this pause card right here that this Two of Swords situation, they're trying to get your, they may be trying to get your attention somewhere. Okay, we've got detach, and then we've got grounding, and then we've got compassion. Okay, so detach is definitely about, again, the message is coming through again, to let something go. Let whatever it is that you can let go, let it go. Hermit also, he walks away from his old life. Like, he leaves everything behind. He forgets about it. He abandons it. He detaches from his old life in order to, you know, figure out or find more meaning somewhere. So with detachment here, you guys are going to see that something that you let go of, that you choose to let go of, once you kind of like detach from it, you're going to realize, you're going to open up a lot more and to come into your life. But it's going to like reveal something really valuable for you, really valuable lesson. But detach here says you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Where can you guys let go of this attachment? You guys are attached to something, and that's where it's like two bulls just locking horns, and no one's really willing to budge. And then we have here compassion that was underneath the deck. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend. Be a loving comforter who always has your back. So where have you guys been difficult to yourself? Have you been a horrible friend to yourself? Have you been a bully to yourself? Do you speak negatively to yourself or about yourself? The Two of Swords can also be talking about that from this compassion card right here, that it could be addressing those of you drawn to this pile where you might feel like you're in a standstill because of how you speak to yourself, of how you talk to yourself, or about your own life. So if you feel like your life isn't moving forward somewhere where it's just like, man, you know, I never have enough, or all men are like this, or all women are like that, you may notice that whatever it is that you're saying or speaking negatively about, it keeps reaffirming how you're speaking through new experiences that come into your life. Those new experiences are reaffirming whatever it is that you may be speaking negatively about. Okay, so show more compassion wherever it is that you can. Okay, show more compassion, especially to yourself. If you can show more compassion to somebody in your life, like if you're one of the people in this pile listening to this reading and you're like, no, I'm dealing with another person that I'm at a standstill with, it's not like an internal thing. If you can show a little bit of compassion to them, you may notice that just that little bit of like niceness, it goes a long way. Okay, now you don't have to be like, sometimes we don't need to be more compassionate to some people. Some people just simply don't deserve that shit. If that's the case, then cut that part. Don't even listen to that part. But you know where you can afford a little more compassion for someone, or if it's just not appropriate. Okay, but especially you can never be kinder or more compassionate to yourself. So if you need to change up the way that you've been speaking to yourself or about your life, definitely try being more compassionate. And then we have here grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention. This is that Two of Swords, to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling that this brings. Were you the ones where I said you may be gifted with nature? I think that was you. But if it was your pile, then this is also confirmation of that, you guys, to do some grounding work. If you have a garden, get back to your garden, or spend some time in your garden, spend some time outside around nature, because it's going to help. It'll help a lot when it comes to grounding and getting out of your head too. Okay, let's see what signs this 5D being sends to you. Okay, we've got smiley face joy. So they may speak to you guys through smiley face imagery, emojis, smiles in general. That may be how this 5D being speaks to you. And also, whenever you see the smiley face, let this be a reminder that from this 5D being, they're trying to remind you to have joy, to find joy where you can and to hold on to it. Okay. And then key opportunity here. There's some sort of opportunity coming with key right here. It says keys open doors. With key right here, you guys may lose a key, have lost a key. It may pop back up randomly, or you may just come across a random key. Just know that this is a sign from this 5D being that there's an opportunity on the way. Okay. And that opportunity that's coming, it's going to be to open up a difficult road that you guys have been on, a standstill situation that you've been dealing with between the Two of Swords and pause right here. And the moment that you guys kind of detach from it right here, this opportunity is going to like blow open these paths that have been blocked. Okay. And it's going to open a road to joy, more joy in your life as well. Like it says here, keys open doors. There's a door that's about to open to more joy, just like we have abundance over here. When we are abundant, we feel internally grateful, fulfilled, overjoyed, right? So that is the road that's opening up to you. But there's something that needs to be detached from. That's going to help. That's going to help move things along a lot more quickly. Okay, let's see what spirit they may be most like or share some qualities with. Okay, we have a DT, expand your consciousness, and then Hod, tell the truth. Okay, so with expand your consciousness, this is what is kind of opening up for you guys through this Two of Swords situation. They may be trying to get your attention through this Two of Swords situation. That may be why you guys feel like you have been paused or have had to pause and stand still. That may be what you're going to learn through detachment. Is there's something about this situation or this process that is going to expand your consciousness, that is going to awaken you in some ways. It could even make you softer, more gentle, more compassionate, whether that's towards this other person or party or towards yourself or just in general. And with expand your consciousness, you guys are about to see something totally differently. You're not going to be looking at it could be this Two of Swords situation. You're not going to be looking at it through frustrated eyes anymore. There is something about the situation that these 5D beings, they're going to really help to expand your consciousness through this situation. But also a DT expand your consciousness is just saying that these 5D beings that are in your life, their consciousness is very evolved. It's very far reaching. And these are very compassionate beings as well. And with Hod, tell the truth. These are also beings in your life, you guys, that they speak to you very directly. I don't think that they speak in like a lot of symbolism. I think that they speak to you guys very, very directly, very clearly. And most of their guidance, it may be directed towards you with this tell the truth card right here. You guys may notice that when you are in frustrating situations, especially when you're dealing with other people, like this Two of Swords right here, you may notice that the guidance that comes in for you is about you and what you need to do and how you need to be, or the attitude that you need to have in approaching the situation or dealing with the situation. With this tell the truth card right here and expand your consciousness, these 5D beings, they may always focus the attention back onto you, your mindset, your energy, your vibration, your attitude, like this compassion card talked about right here. So these 5D beings, they may try to always shift your focus back onto you, especially when you're dealing with frustrating situations where you're just like, this is so irritating. This is so annoying. I'm so tired of this. I'm so sick of this. They may try to shift your focus back to you, where it's like, okay, but what can you do? How can you manage yourself through this situation so that it's not draining you, so that it's not stressing you out, so that it is not putting you in a place where you feel disempowered or where you feel inferior or where you feel victimized. Okay, so they're always trying to shift the focus back to you between this hold, hod, tell the truth card and a DT, expand your consciousness. But look up these two beings here, because you guys may notice that if you read about their stories, that you really resonate with them, and they may be able to really help you guys through a Two of Swords situation or a difficult road that you may be dealing with right now. Okay, let's get a final message from this 5D being, what they want to tell you. Okay, we have Star Royalty, and underneath the deck, Dreamtime. See? I think that was the first message that I mentioned to you guys, is that this 5D being, they are literally always in you guys' dreams. Oh, and then that other message too about, for those of you with children who may be gifted, you and your child, you guys may have like similar dreams. You guys may visit each other's dream state all the time with dream time right here. But just note, these 5D beings, they're literally in your dreams almost every time you dream. But Star Royalty here, okay, I'm going to read this out of the book for you. Star Royalty says, you know who you are, you know why you came. You are made of the essence of star royalty. How we define royalty on the Pleiades is much different from how it can be seen on your earth. Those that are royal to our societies are not ones born into certain blood lineages, but those whom have done the work within themselves to know on such a deep level that they are one with all of source creation. Yeah, again, this is why they always refocus the attention back onto you. And it may get annoying from time to time. Yeah, I think I even mentioned that they're asking you, where can you let go? Where can you give something up? Where can you be the bigger person? And that may be really annoying, but you may notice that you get that guidance all the time. Like, how can you be the bigger person in this situation? And yeah, again, it may be annoying, but this is why that they always push you to do the right thing or to rise above the situation. But this is why they're always leading you in that direction. And it says, this anchored unity with source brings these beings into such a wonderful state that they're able to perform the miraculous by harnessing the energy which creates universes and using it to serve the collective. This is all possible through self-discovery and their declaration that one is royalty. The Star Royalty card arrives when you're being requested to make a proclamation that you are royal. You have done the internal work, went on your soul's journey, and climbed the mountains of yourself to uncover many inner gifts along the way. Now is the time that your life work be recognized without any hint of downplaying your true full worth. And then it says, by making the declaration that you are royal, you proclaim to the universe that you are empowered, being sent here to transform consciousness and serve creation. As you reside in a planet of harmonious balance, this act of declaring your royalty takes away any power and resources from shadow leaders that are abusing their privilege to equalize out the playing field naturally. Seek the importance of honoring of self and sit in the energy of thankfulness of the being that is you. An additional meaning says self-gratitude, kindness. Oh, like it sounds like your compassion card. Empowerment, inner knowing, coming into the light, celebration of self, worthiness, becoming whole, and victory. Just know, you guys, that there is victory in this situation, in this Two of Swords situation. Again, if you can give a little something, it's going to resolve fast. But literally, like, additional meanings with Star Royalty is victory right here. You guys will have and experience victory over this Two of Swords situation, this difficult road that you guys may be on or have been dealing with. You guys are going to experience victory with this. Okay, and pile 3, that is it. That is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. You guys stay safe, healthy, blessed, keep conquering the world, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting with you guys' tarot cards. Then we'll be pulling some oracle messages to look into who's been trying to contact you from the 5D or the 5th dimension, and what is their message to you. So who's been trying to contact you? We have Apprentice of Earth, which is actually the Page of Pentacles in this deck. And their message to you is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, first off, for those of you drawn to this pile, are you a root worker, or have you done any conjure work before? Have you petitioned a certain spirit, allowed yourself to be used as a conduit? Because the Page of Pentacles is saying that this fifth dimensional being who's been trying to contact you is the spirit that you have used or worked with before, or have opened yourself up to at some point before. They haven't left, in other words. So this could have been, for instance, let's say that like you moved into a home that had some spiritual activity and you voluntarily asked them to come through and tell you what they wanted. They're still near you or are trying to contact you. Some of you are 100% mediums, and if you didn't know it, but were drawn to this pile and have willingly worked one-on-one with spirits before, this is your confirmation right here. Right now, you are 100% a medium. You probably also had another family member who was also a medium. They're showing me like a relative that was like kind of adjacent to you. So this could have been like an aunt, an uncle, or a family friend even that was always around. But let's say that like you were a practicing medium, right? Because there is a big difference. But let's say that like you're a practicing or professional medium. You have a spirit around you that never left, and they don't have any direct connection to you. I'm saying like it's not that you guys were blood related. Also watch out for 11 because it's 11:11 right now on my clock. But it's not necessarily coming through that you guys are like blood related, but they felt safe connecting with you, or they enjoyed connecting with you to the point that they've become like this honorary member of your spiritual team. They work very closely with your spiritual team and even help facilitate your mediumship work, spiritual readings, or maybe healing work that you do with other people. They're always there when you open that portal to the spirit realm to connect. And they act as like this, like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's sort of like protection, but it's a little different, where they act like a energy filter almost. It's like this, like, it might be a weird example, but they're almost like sunscreen. Like, I know it sounds wild, but it's like they keep the really harsh, super strong spiritual waves from rushing you or making direct contact with you, because they're showing up as the Page of Pentacles. They're saying that they help shield your physical body from the immense toll that mediumship and conjure work can take. They're like an additional barrier or a protective layer where you can connect to spirits in the spirit world, but where you can connect to spirits so they don't directly touch you either, but they connect with you just enough to be able to pass along information. Also, this spirit on the other side, they want you to know that they are definitely working on your finances. Okay, yeah, some of you are definitely conjurers for sure. There's a difference between mediumship and conjuring. So like with mediumship, you use yourself as a conduit to talk to spirits in the ancestor realm or on the other side. And this is usually spirits who were alive at one point. In conjure work, you also use your body as a vessel, but to summon a specific spirit directly. And there's usually a petition or a ritual where you can kind of bind yourself to them and ask them to intervene with some worldly situations, but from the spiritual side. So if you've done that, this spirit is still around you. They want to help you with your finances. Also, if it's been a while since you have given to them or like fed them, so to speak, and just to clear that up, in case you're not familiar with this type of work, feeding the spirit can mean all types of things, right? But typically it's an offering made to your altar or some sort of ceremony. And, we leave these offerings on our altar. So the spirits that we work with can receive that energy, because it's really just all about energy. But yeah, this spirit is definitely looking to reconnect with you, but more one-on-one, like through ceremony or ritual. If you're comfortable with that and choose to do that, they will do some energy work over your finances for sure, with your Five of Pentacles in reverse right here. They'll start, even if you guys like are in a good place financially and you make good money, they want to help you make more money. Okay. Like, they'll start protecting your finances, or if you have a business, they'll start protecting your business too, or your business earnings. So this could be like a spirit associated with money. Like there could be a specific spirit that you guys have called on that's associated with like the marketplace or business or finances. If you've ever worked with St. John the Conqueror, this could be that energy present here, or someone similar that's really gifted at opening the roads between you and your material blessings. So the message here is to work with the spirit realm to clear your path pile 4. I would not be shocked if most of you in this pile don't ask spirit for a lot of help, maybe when it comes to material wealth, but start using them to bring in more money, especially when it comes to protecting your money and protecting your assets. Their message to you is you could use more protection around finances for sure. The Five of Pentacles showing up in reverse is talking about how many of you have experienced or maybe currently experiencing a certain place financially that you just couldn't seem to break past. Like no matter how much you work or how much more you earn or any bonuses, it's like there always seems to be something that comes up out of nowhere. And it's like, let's say for example, that you're used to making $4,000 a month and one month you earn $6,000 from some extra work. But around that same time that you get that extra money, your car breaks down and the invoice comes in saying, it's going to cost you exactly $2,000, putting you right back at that $4,000 mark. If you notice there seems to be this weird financial ceiling that you keep hitting, call on the spirit to help you with this. They're specifically gifted when it comes to work surrounding money and money blocks. So they'll help you break out of this financial cycle for sure, 1,000,000%. All right, let's get some additional messages from this 5D being. What they want you to know or what they're currently helping you with. Okay, we have here release. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. And then we have speak up underneath the deck. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You cannot keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. So this 5D being, they may be asking you guys to release someone or something from your life that is toxic, that brings a lot of drama to your life as well. We do have your 5 of Pentacles here. It showed up in reverse, but we do still have this card here. And 5 of Pentacles, when upright, it talks about loss, material loss somewhere. So they could be saying that you need to release something that's brought a lot of toxicity, stress, pressure to your life. Maybe it's had an effect on your health as well with release right here. This could be like a job even that's caused you a lot of stress. It could be a specific situation that's caused you a lot of distress in your life. And they're asking you to release that because it's been a source of just toxicity and drama for a lot of you guys. And so they definitely want you to release it. So also too, because there's like the image of a butterfly here. They're also saying too that as you kind of release whatever may be toxic in your life, that you're going to feel like you bloom or blossom and you're going to feel a lot lighter, like you can just kind of fly as well with release right here. And then we have speak up that says, what are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You cannot keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. So where are you guys holding something in? With speak up here, you guys could be holding something in. There could be something that you need to say, that you want to say, that you're not saying. The speak up card could also be talking about something that you guys have internalized as well. 5 of Pentacles in reverse right here. Is there something that you guys have internalized that you're trying to suppress, that you're trying to keep from expressing, that you're trying to keep from acknowledging? There is something in you guys' life that you may be ignoring or trying to avoid with speak up right here that needs to be spoken about so it can be released, because by holding on to it, when we hold on to energy, it starts to eat away at us in some ways, or it starts to manifest as blockages or even disorders in the body. And so there's something here that you guys need to vent, you need to express it, you need to let it out, okay? That's a very important message from you guys is this 5D being here. Let's grab some additional messages from them, what they want you to know or hear right now. And remember, 1111 may be significant, as well as repeating 5s too. We've got receive. Oh, wow. Receive and give. That's interesting. Okay, so receive here says you're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you are worthy of these gifts and open up to them. Again, this 5D being really wants to help you guys with money or just receiving gifts in general. It could be monetary blessings, material things. They want to help you guys receive. but especially when it comes to money, you guys. And then we have here give. It says one of the best feelings that we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way that you can give to another today. So there's definitely some sort of exchange going on here. This 5D being wants to talk to you guys about exchange, okay? Because we have give and receive. And what does that look like or sound like? When I think of giving and then receiving, to me, that looks like an exchange. It looks like a transaction, in other words. So again, this spirit here, you guys, is very gifted when it comes to the marketplace, business, money, finances, money transactions. Okay, so for those of you that maybe own a business, want to own a business, you work for yourself, or you're focused on money lately, or like what we were talking about too. Oh my God, I forgot I said that. Give and receive. This is that message that came through with you guys, is 5 of Pentacles in reverse. If you notice that you keep hitting a financial ceiling where it's like, oh my God, this month I made an extra $2,000, but then right after that money comes in and you receive that money, then something happens where it's like, now I got to get my car fixed, and the, to get it fixed, it's going to cost that $2,000, that $2,000 extra dollars that I just made. And now you got to give what you just received. Yeah. You guys definitely work with this 5D being. They want to help when it comes to that. If you guys, again, keep hitting this financial ceiling, they want to help break you past that for sure. 1,000,000%. With give and receive. I almost forgot that I even mentioned that came through. Let's see what signs they use to try and get your attention. Okay, we have traffic cone, caution, and then yield. Oh my God. Okay, they want you guys to notice there's like some red flags somewhere, okay? They want you to notice the red flags. Didn't you have release? You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. Okay, that's why they are putting all these caution, yield signs, stop signs around you. These are very obvious signs that they're placing in your life, pile 4. Very obvious signs. It could literally be traffic cones or yield signs, but this is like red flags all over the place to maybe stop doing business with someone, to maybe release something or someone from your life with this release card right here. This could even be talking about giving something up. I'm going to turn this into an example. Let's say that it's like you purchase an investment property and your plan was to I'm going to fix this up. And what's it called when people flip a house or something like that? And they're like, I'm going to make all this money off of it. I'm just going to fix it up and I'm going to make a huge profit. And instead they end up running into all these issues. And it has been nothing but a money pit. They have been hemorrhaging money trying to get this place fixed up and put on the market so they can make a profit. And this would be yield, patience, and traffic cone, caution is basically a sign where it's like you keep running into these issues with that fixer upper house and you keep losing money on it. You have not gained 1 cent and it's been taking way longer than you thought. It's like everything is trying to tell you to just cut your losses between release, yield, patience, traffic cone, caution, give and receive. This is like 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I need to cut my losses where it's at. Okay, so they speak to you guys through very clear red flags. They get really loud with you guys when they're like, no, stop, don't go any further, leave that alone, turn around, go the opposite way. That's when they get really loud. Okay, so patience and caution. You guys may need to slow down somewhere. If there's something that you're trying to move quickly with, they may be asking you guys to as well kind of slow down somewhere too. Let's see what spirits they have similar energies to. All right, we have King Neptune, sensitivity, and then Asclepios, I believe, sacred medicine. Okay, so these are very sensitive beings. These 5D beings are very sensitive, but they also are very intuitive. So they speak to you guys a lot through your subconscious, through your intuition, through your emotions, and through your 5 senses as well, like what you can kind of sense. So you may be able to sort of feel them around you. You guys may be You may have any of the clairs, any of I forget, there's a lot of them. You guys may have any of the clairs though. And right now, you may be extra sensitive to whatever is going on in your life, especially if it's been causing you some sort of financial stress. You may be very sensitive to this. Sacred medicine, though, they have the medicine for this situation that they are trying to tell you to cut your losses. They've got the medicine for it. They've got the solution to it, in other words. But look into Asclepios and King Neptune. Neptune's going to be associated with like Pisces sort of energy. So look into these figures to see if like they have some stories that you really resonate with or that you really can relate to, because if so, then that means that they're very present in your life. But either way, these 5D beings, they have a vibration or an energy or a character that's very similar to Asclepios and King Neptune, and they're also very gifted in sacred medicine, and especially medicine when it comes to financial medicine, you guys, I'm telling you. Okay, and then let's just see, let's get a final message from these 5D beings in your life. Oh, and then also with your King Neptune sensitivity here, that also kind of reminds me of the message that came through about them giving me the visual of like a sunscreen, where they kind of help you guys not be too sensitive to any sort of healing work that you may do or mediumship work. And sacred medicine, I forgot that I mentioned that you guys may be root workers. You may conjure. Yeah, that's like one of you guys' natural gifts, but also so is this 5D being. So they relate to you in that way. And that's why they're still around you guys too. But, oh, okay. All right, let's see what we get. We have here Universal Heart coming out. Got portals underneath the deck. Yeah, you guys have a lot of portals around you too. And then we have Mothership. Interesting. And Universal Heart says, expand your heart, expand your love, and receive the love of all universal creation. Your heart is a sacred broadcasting system that is able to send and receive love from all corners of time and space. By you sending love to us, the Pleiadians, for example, you bypass great distances in which we are able to receive love instantaneously. This transcendence of space sheds light into the multidimensional omnipresent frequency that is love. You will observe how when one is in a loving, open heart space, animals on your planet soon will come closer, be more receptive, and generally become more open to your presence. This is because your animals represent the principles of naturalness and teach all that love is your natural state. As the hues reemerge back into their full galactic essence of the new cycle, love will become a natural state of your species, and you will find yourself radiating it regardless of the situation that you are experiencing in that moment. When the Universal Heart card is presented, we are guiding you to use this heart to navigate the current situation of your life. Although many of your plane have closed this delicate rose-like heart from past wounds and old relationships, we want to remind you that the rivers of life continue to flow. Creation is and will always continue to re-express her divinity in every breath. Through this, we gently invite you to open into the fresh moment by recommitting to an open heart. Through this dedication, life situations will transform rapidly. And it says another potential message of this card is that finances are flowing easily. See, they really want to help you guys with finances. Another potential message of this card is that finances are flowing easily, travel opportunities present themselves, and romance is available. Allow for the sacred heart to flow and enjoy the time of great abundance, romance, gifts, and prosperity on its way. And additional meanings here says love, relationships, abundance, prosperity, gifts coming, open hands, like give and receive over here, you guys. Blessed cycle and heart healing. Oh, heart healing, sacred medicine. Yeah, we got the sacred medicine. And then I'm also going to read Mothership since this came out as well for you. And Mothership here says, in the flashes of the sky and in the movement of light, does humanity gain glimpses into the ultra intelligences of the universe that visit your planet interdimensionally. As part of the Pleiadian Earth mission, alongside many star allies, we are working together behind the scenes for your freedom and liberation. Although we watch from afar with little interference, we say it is done with great respect, as we trust so much in the capacity for the hues to make their own changes and claim their own throne. Our ships often work in groups for this mission, and all of them are in direct connection to the Pleiadian mothership that hovers midway through your solar system in Alpha Centauri. This mothership is actually more like a city, which many walks of life and quarters to sustain us for long missions. Similar to a cruise ship in your world, these motherships are massive and host a wide variety of functions to simulate life on the Pleiades to as close as possible. When this card arrives, it is your Pleiadian star family acknowledging to your hue self for you to reach out to our ships. In our quantum reality, there is a high chance that one of your loved ones or even a future version of yourself is present on these ships and is seeking to make contact for your evolutionary growth. Now is the ideal time to start stargazing, meditating, and sending out requests to commune with us. Again, you guys doing that conjure work, because you guys are like vessels for sure, or mediums. And it says, as we respect the free will of humanity, it is your requests that open doorways of communication to flow with ease. Again, you guys are like conjurers or mediums. You guys like have opened yourself up to work with the specific spirit. And then it says, know that you are being guided. We also have portals underneath the deck too. You guys are like a portal yourself. And additional meanings here says upgrades, advancement, communication received, star messages, and awakening. So whatever communication, you guys, if you speak to the spirit regularly or to the spirits in your life, just know that they've received the communication and they are working on something in your life. Or if you need them to work on something in your life, they can send sacred medicine to that specific situation for sure. Okay. And other than that, you guys, this is it. This is all that I am seeing for you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you guys come back to visit sometime soon. Until then, stay safe, healthy, blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.